What we're talking about today is this new Black Stallion jacket. The first thing that you'll notice about this jacket whenever you purchase this thing and you open it up out of the box will be the leather and the look of the leather. You can see here that it's somewhat of a matte finish. I've been wearing this for approximately 3 weeks. Every day. It's been in the rain, it's been in the sun, it's been in the cold, it's been in the heat. I'm here in Arkansas. We've had these fronts rolling back and forth. I've had it on when it was in the 30s, and I've had it on when it was in the 80s. So whenever I opened up the jacket, the very first thing I noticed was the leather, and the leather looks really, really nice on this, but it's not your traditional horsehide leather. Like you would see with the original Black Stallion, which was a really glossy leather. And we'll look at those two together at the end of the video and kind of do a comparison of them. This is more of a matte finish, and it's a softer touch and feel to the leather than what you would typically get with a horsehide, almost like it's already broken in. Whenever you open the jacket up out of the box, it'll already be zipped up, and the first thing I noticed was this huge brass zipper here. This is an antique brass. It is a YKK zipper, and it just works really, really nice. And the next thing that I noticed about the jacket, and that was very impressive to me, is the buckle. A lot of the buckles that you get on a jacket like this are cut out on the inside, they're concave. This one is solid all the way through. It's got a nice heft to it, a really quality looking buckle that they use on that. And I noticed that because all the jackets I've got, which is quite a few, with this lapel design and the belt design, the buckles are really lightweight buckles, and they're really, really thin material. So this is a nice change on that. Another piece that's important on this jacket for me is if you buy a shots jacket, every one that I've seen, the belts are sewed in here on this seam. So you got a belt that wraps around the front, but you don't have a complete belt like this. So with this belt wrapped in like this, you can take this out. If for some reason you want to wear the jacket, you don't want to fiddle with the belt, maybe you're in and out of the jacket a lot throughout the day, then you want to be able to take that belt off, and it's possible on this jacket, which makes it really nice. So easy on, easy off. Those loops that are here on the back, this is the piece that keeps this belt from being able to slide off if you don't have it buckled and you're just walking around with it. Now the belt obviously is still easily removable because you can pull these right through this loop, take the belt completely off if you prefer to not have a belt on your jacket. The belt itself is nice and heavy. You can see that it is split here, as most of them are, to go around. It's also made out of the same material as the jacket's made out of. Those keep the belt from shifting too far off. One other jacket that I had that was like this with the removable belt, it did not have those two pieces on the back to where you could take the belt and keep it from, see, this is only go this far. It won't come completely out on you because it is snapped to the belt loop in the back. I really enjoy the cut of this jacket. As you can see, fits nice. This is just slightly above the belt, drops below the belt back here. Fits really good. The one jacket I've got on today is a size 42. I'm 5'10", 205 pounds as I stand here today. And for me, it's a perfect fit. I've got the mobility that I need in my arms for riding the motorcycle, for walking around. It's not binding. You can see that it moves freely around my body. It's not too tight anywhere. The belt fits nice. It's able to snug down. I've got extra holes left there. I'm right in the middle because there's two on either side. So for me, the jacket fit is really, really nice. The sleeve length works good, and the cuffs, as you can see here, when you zip up the cuff, it is a nice snug fit, but it's not so tight that it puts pressure on your wrist. And when you open it up, you got plenty of room to get air in the vents on the motorcycle. So really nice feature and really nice fit. The D pocket has got a liner inside of it that makes getting things in and out of the pocket nice. This pocket here for whatever you want to put in there, if it's a coin pocket or whatever, that's a really nice addition as well. Let me see what we got here. And you can put little pieces of candy in there if you like, which obviously is what I have done. So, and then you have another pocket up here that is very deep, that goes all the way down into this area for a pocket. And then you got a hand warmer pocket on this one side. So that's kind of the setup of this jacket. I like the lapels because they're so functional. Today it's rainy and nasty and outside, so if I wanted to get a little more air block here, then I can zip this all the way up to the top, and I've just got a regular collar, and then I've got all of this that is overlapped leather here to keep the wind from penetrating the zipper and then getting into the inside of the jacket. So that's a nice feature for me. You can do it this way where you put your buttons on. This is for any of these offset zipper jackets. You can do these things, and you can zip it up most of the way, have a big open neck area for you, and you can get a little bit of air around this area as well. And then if you want to go, it's a hot day or a warmer day and you want more ventilation, you can move your snaps up to the top like so. And then this, when you zip it up, it zips up about there, and it brings this all the way open on the front so you can get more air to flow in and through the jacket. So for me, I normally keep it in the standard mode. One of the things I've noticed on the jacket is it's got a quilted non-removable liner in it, which the jackets of the old days, like the old Bull Tacos and stuff, jackets in the 50s, they had this quilted liner in it that you see here. It's not super thick, but it's thick enough to add some extra warmth to the jacket. So this is warmer than, say, the original Black Stallion jacket that Legendary had made. And it just had a flannel liner in it. So this one is warmer than that jacket. And overall, it's got a decent weight to it. It's not the thickest leather. It's, I'd say, a medium grade or a medium thickness leather, medium weight. And you can see here in the arms how it's already starting to break in just after a few weeks of wear. It's getting the creases and the wrinkles where I fold my arms up and how I ride the motorcycle. So, and then the back piece is one big piece of leather that goes all the way down the back, and then you got your traditional seam here. This jacket's really styled after the Bull Tacos. So, wife and I went on a date for tacos at the taco truck, and she chose to ride behind me on the electric glide. So these zippers here in the back is a place for her to be able to throw her hands for extra warmth. If you got extra stuff you want to store there, those are there as well. And then you got these bi-swing with this extra piece of material here so that you can move your shoulders forward and backwards. What that really allows us to do is for me to wear a size 42 and still have good mobility while I'm in the jacket. And as we're talking about that, the football vents underneath the arm allow the same movement of raising and lowering your arm without having to have a big loose fitting jacket. You can have a jacket that actually fits you right, as this jacket does for me. So this jacket's really built for the motorcycle rider because of the way that it is cut, high in the front, a little bit lower in the back, so that whenever you sit down on your motorcycle, this is above your belt line, and you sit down and you don't have this jacket that's heavy here. So here's the original versus the 2.0 Black Stallion jacket, produced for Legendary. Shots built this jacket for Legendary on their first run of these jackets. And then there's been no mention of who built this jacket for Legendary. But for me, it's obvious that they're two different manufacturers. We'll point out a few things here. For an example, on the 2.0, with the belt buckle in the center hole, you can see that this belt is a perfect fit to the jacket. And you also see this belt will be slightly thinner compared to this belt. Now I have this one on the next to the last hole, and if you put it in this hole, it no longer fits the jacket. It really bunches it and pulls it up. So the usefulness of this belt, you can tighten it up obviously, and it's not a concern, but I do like the fact that the version 2.0, the belt is sized to fit in the middle when it's wrapped around the jacket in a perfect setup. So the belt actually fits better. You notice this one, with it centered here on the zipper, this just flaps. And then when you come over to this one over the zipper, and you've got plenty of tail here into that next one, so you don't have this belt flapping around on you. Now let's look here at the sleeves. You can definitely tell the difference, not only in the patterning that you've got for the natural horsehide leather, but you've got something on this. This jacket is several years old and has a ton of miles on it. But you can see that's a great contrast between the two leathers, how this one has more of a gloss even after so many years, and how flat this other leather looks. Now to the feel, this leather's a little bit thicker, just slightly thicker, but it's got a different hand to it. It's a little bit, it's not what I would call stiff by no means, but this one just feels a lot maybe softer. It folds under your fingers a lot easier. That is not a strong suit or a flaw or a strength on that jacket. It depends on how you like the jacket. So if you like a jacket with a little more hand to it, this old one will give you that, where the new version will not give you that substantial feel from a stiffer leather. You'll look here and you can see this has the shots zipper in it, which functions and feels just like the YKK zipper does. It is a nice zipper. So I'm going to assume that is a YKK zipper because of how easy it functions and feels. So all of these zippers appear to be the same size. You'll notice on the D, that pocket is slightly different. It's a longer, narrower type of a look on the pocket, where this one's more of a wider, shorter style pocket. This one does not come. It's just this flannel. It does not have like a liner inside of it. There's no insulation behind this Woolrich liner. For me, my preference is to have a thin, like a Woolrich type inside on the jacket. I don't prefer a thicker liner. If I want more warmth, I'd rather layer up. But if you're going to be true to the old bucko style jackets, then you would have a liner that is what is in this jacket. So the fit of these jackets are very, very similar. It's a luck of the draw on all of these jackets that are made in the USA, made by hand. For an example, this is a Shots jacket, considered to be one of the best jacket manufacturers, and you can see here this piece, this snap is off. It should be over here and be straight like the rest of them. It's just a defect in the jacket whenever it was produced. So you look at the back, they have the same style of setup to keep the belt from sliding off. They're both full length belts on those. So it is up to what you personally prefer in a jacket on which one that you would like better. But I know a lot of people have questioned the difference between the Shots manufactured Black Stallion versus this new Black Stallion that obviously is made by a different company. So, but they did nail the fit and they did nail the style down. So they did a pretty good job on the reproduction of that. Once again, from this bird's eye view, you can see the difference in the look of the jackets, and you get to make your decision. Do you like this high gloss Horsehide, which is more traditional, or do you like more of the satin finished Horsehide here? You're going to get the same fit on either one of those. Obviously, you can no longer get the original. You may be able to find them used on eBay or in some of the forums and those kind of things, but you cannot buy that jacket anymore. This is the 2.0. This is the new version. So there's a short rundown comparison between the two jackets.